Greetings gastronauts, this is Keith Cooks. I'm Keith and today I'm going to show you how to do roast pork with braised red cabbage. Well, a bit more detail. Roast pork wrapped in smoked bacon with braised red cabbage with sugar and vinegar and mustard mashed potatoes and a lovely, lovely gravy. And this is the kind of dish that I don't normally do. It's meat and two veg. But I'm doing it for you because the flavour combinations are just amazing. So let's do it. Okay, ingredients for the pork. I've got, that's about 800 grams of pork loin and 4 rashers of smoked streaky bacon. Now I'm not going to use all of this because I want to cut it down so we've got a small enough piece that we can wrap almost completely in the bacon. And I've got the oven preheating to 230 degrees Celsius, and now I've just cut the pork, so that's probably half a kilo, and I'm going to wrap it in the bacon. But first I'm going to get some aluminium foil. So we'll lay the bacon side by side. This is conveniently rectangular shaped bacon, and then just pop that pork on there. And then we'll fold up the bacon. Notice I've got the fatty side on the top. The bacon is basically to lubricate the lean side. And then we'll wrap it in the foil, and that goes in the oven at the high temperature for 20 minutes. Then we'll turn it down for the rest. So for the braised red cabbage, I've got some red cabbage. I'm only doing this for 2 people, so that's probably about a quarter of the whole one. And some onion, and I'll probably only use half of that medium-sized onion. Also, we need some oil to fry it in. Vegetable oil will do. And a teaspoon or 2 of red wine vinegar and a teaspoon of sugar. So we just shred the cabbage into short strips. I love the look of this stuff, it's fantastic. It's like, you know, who invented this? And why? So there's the red cabbage, and now we'll just chop the onion into small bits as well. And then we'll chuck them in a frying pan with some oil on medium heat, just to soften them. So it's looking a bit fab, softened but not browned. And now I'm just going to throw in a load of vinegar, red wine vinegar, probably about 2 tablespoons, and a tablespoon of sugar, ordinary white sugar. You can use the fancy stuff if you like. It doesn't make any difference whatsoever as far as I'm concerned. I've seen recipes for this that have like 20 ingredients, and really, no, keep it simple. We don't want it to taste of all those other ingredients. We want it to taste of sweet and sour cabbage. So that's all nicely mixed in. I'm going to cover that, turn the heat down, and just let it simmer for probably 40 minutes. So now I'm going to make the gravy, which is actually basically what the French call a sauce veloutée. And so we need to melt 50 grams of butter, and then stir in 50 grams of flour. We're on kind of medium heat here. The idea is to stir it so you don't get any lumps. You will get lumps, but they'll disappear eventually. And then we stir in some chicken stock. This is my fabulous homemade chicken stock. About a quarter of a litre there. Stir that together. Then we'll bring it to the boil, and it will thicken. Okay, that's quite thick now. Actually, probably too thick, so I might put some more stock in. And then we'll turn that right down and just let it bubble away for about half an hour. So the pork's had its 20 minutes, and I've turned the heat down to 180 degrees, and we'll let it have another half an hour, and chop them into small chunks. Try to get them as evenly sized as you can so they cook evenly. And these go into a pan of boiling salted water for about 20 minutes. Okay, it's had half an hour at the lower temperature. I'm now going to unwrap it and put it back in so the bacon crisps up for about another 10 minutes, and then it should be okay. So there it is, looking and smelling fantastic, and I'm just going to test the internal temperature. It should be 75 degrees Celsius. So that's 71. That'll do for me, I'll eat that. But I'm just going to rest it under foil for about 10 minutes while we sort out everything else. Ha! That was hot. Right, now we're ready to do the mashed potatoes. The spuds are nice and soft and tender, and I've drained them. I'm going to put in a spoonful of old style grain mustard and a knob of butter. Don't worry if you don't know how big a knob of butter should be, you can never have too much, and a half pinch salt and a splash of milk, and we just mash that together. Don't do it in a food processor, it'll turn out like glue. I always say that. So I've eaten half it and the camera wasn't on. Anyway, here we go. Delicious roast pork wrapped in smoked bacon, served with braised red cabbage and mustard mash, and a fantastic gravy. That's your dinner for Sunday. Get it done. And that's that. Hope you enjoyed it. Now please share it with all your friends on social media. Subscribe to this channel, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and don't forget the amazing website that has all the details of all the recipes. And thank you for watching. Come back soon.